Police officers across the U.S. taking a knee. Videos that have gone viral.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you. Thank you.
A powerful symbol of solidarity with the community and opposition to the crimes committed by some of their own. This police captain has been on the force for 17 years and acknowledges the need for reform.
The events that occurred in Minneapolis, are one of those types of things that, as I reflect on my career, I look at and I'm appalled. And I know the large majority of law enforcement in this country feel the same exact way, and they completely support the organizers and the message that's being put out there by Black Lives Matter. Can we be better? Of course we can. Can law enforcement across this country and universally, in France and in other places, can we learn? Can we evolve? Can we be better? Yes, we can.
Police doing better, that's something Wanda Cooper-Jones has given up on. Her son, 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery, was shot dead by two white men, including a former officer, while he was jogging in a residential neighborhood of Brunswick, Georgia.
In the very first beginning, I knew I had to get answers because they had portrayed Ahmaud as being the bad guy. He was a burglar. And of course, we had the white people who were saying that he should have been killed because he was committing a crime. But then you had the black people who actually read the articles, understood what happened, and said it wasn't right.
Arbery was killed on February 23rd, but the case was initially covered up by local authorities until this video surfaced in May. The footage shows Gregory McMichael, a former police officer, and his son Travis getting out of their pickup truck and killing Ahmaud Arbery. The video led to the arrest of the two men more than 2 months after the killing. For Arbery's mother, his death is the direct result of an administration that encourages racism.
When you look at our President of the United States, he didn't lead by example. And I think that one of his tactics were to divide black and white. Once he became president of the United States, people who had the same mindset of him, they acted on it. And I do think that McMichaels thought killing Ahmaud, that they would get away with it.
At the time of Arbery's death, Georgia had been one of only 4 states not recognizing hate crimes, but spurred by public outrage over his killing, Georgia adopted new hate crimes legislation in June. A first step, but not nearly enough for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People.
We want to stop the murder from ever existing in the first place. Hate crimes address the murder itself. After they're gone, after they've been prosecuted and convicted, what we were asking our legislative body to do was to enact legislation that would save people's lives. And so we're looking at opportunities to repeal citizen's arrest, which give citizens who are classified under the law as being able to have access to this kind of opportunity of arrest or detainment.
Georgia has had a citizen's arrest law on the books since 1863. It states that any private citizen can detain someone if they have either witnessed someone committing a crime or have immediate knowledge that a crime has been committed, a law that many activists say is not only too vague, but also leads to racist acts.
Ahmaud never got that opportunity to defend himself. He was literally railroaded, ran down like a dog. This isn't the first time this has happened. It hasn't been the last case here in the state of Georgia where these kinds of actions have happened. There's so much more that we could, should, and will be doing.
In Brunswick, where 37% of the population lives below the poverty line, American football is often seen as the only way out for many young men, especially African Americans. Arbery was one of them, and Coach Jason Vaughn coached him through high school.
Let's go, let's go. Twos, let's go. You hear about things like this happen across the nation, but it's just different when it's a kid that you coached before. My heart it was literally just broken because when I heard what happened, when I seen Maud, I didn't just see Maud, I seen all the players that I coached. I seen my nephew. I seen all these young black men who like to run and exercise in their community and how unsafe it can be.
To keep Arbery's memory alive, Coach Vaughn launched the hashtag #IRunWithAhmaud. He believes Arbery's killing and the way the justice system failed him is yet another example of the deep racial issues still alive within American society.
Police and African Americans never shared a real close relationship. During the Jim Crow era in America, during segregation, it was the police officers who told African Americans they couldn't sit at the lunch counter, that they couldn't drink from the same water fountain, that they couldn't use the same bathroom. We have to create change. We have to make sure that our country is going to be a country that has the highest standards of social justice.
Racial tensions are not just a problem in the South. Across the country, hate crimes have steadily increased in the past 4 years. Last year, 60% of those hate crimes had to do with race.